Everyone, welcome back. So here we are sailing into week 3 of Voyage 12, and we're starting off with $9,200 is the total we're trying to eliminate during this voyage, and that entails a vet bill for $200, the furnace for $780 for repairs, and then the Discover One balance transfer for $8,220 that's due on June 13th. And this voyage is also going to be a 12-week voyage, plus it's Voyage 12. So how's everyone doing this week? We're having some beautiful weather once again, and I hope everyone else is enjoying their weather. So we'll jump into what's going on for finances. So on this one, we did get the student loan paid out of checking, so that can be crossed off the list. And then the water bill, we used the American Express on that one. So then we'll just need to make a payment to the American Express on that. So that is taken care of. And then for this week, we only had 2 items that were due. We had the Citibank that we're currently using for $41, and we went ahead and sent $51 to it, and that was the 17, 17, and 17 for the vet bill. So $51 total got sent to that. And then on the balance transfer card, we did a minimum payment of the $62, plus I did a payment of $25 because there's a phone bill that is on that as well. And then I just did, there was 50 cents of interest, so I just went ahead and did $13.50 for a total of $100.50 that was sent towards that Citibank card that just has that balance transfer, and then the phone payment automatically gets paid through that as well. So then we go to April 11th. In the checking account, we did transfer from line of credit 1 $767. We started off with $186 from last week. The student loan payment of $162.67 occurred, leaving a balance of $23.33. And then I did transfer 33 cents to savings to even out the account, for the balance being now $23. Then on April 10th, I meant to do this out of a different checking account, but this worked out just fine in the end. But what I did was I paid that $51 for the Citibank for the account we're using for the vet bill, which, as you can see, it got us down to a negative $28. Luckily, I had $25 set aside in Savings One that could be transferred to checking, give me a negative $3. And then I have a secondary savings that had $3 available, bringing that checking down to $0. And then on April 11th, we did transfer from line of credit 1 $767. And as of right now, that is the current balance. And we are going to do a payment towards the Discover for $685, which I've already set up. And then also that $65 furnace payment, and then the $17 vet payment will be coming out of this $767. But as of right now, that has not yet happened. And then for Visa and the small revolving credit, they are the same as last week. We still have $100.45 available on Visa with no further activities on that. And same with the revolving credit, that tiny one. We still have $53.80 available, and we didn't do any activity this last week on that. And then for this week, we did the $51 payment to Citibank. I did go to the post office and spend $2.04. I got some gas for $13.78. And then 2 grocery expenses, one for $18.96, the other for $80.83. And then I did go to Target and get some pet food and some toiletries, and that came to $44.50. And then on my American Express, I applied a grocery item for $21.79. Also, I got some gas for $33.74. And then for that Discover One for week 3, we'll subtract out that $685, and that should be posted on Monday on that. So the $68.50 minus $685, that gets us down to $6,165 left on that balance transfer. And then a third payment towards that furnace. Last week it was $650. Subtracting that 65 makes it $585 this week. And then for the vet bill, we'll be sending another $17 to that Citibank to cover that. So 166 last week minus that 17. We are now down to $149 left on the vet bill. And then once again that came to $767 even. And then we will go to the captain's log, where we paid off $767 worth of debt for week 3. The debt is now down to $6,899. And paid so far on this journey is $2,301. So for a combined total of $48,570.87 has been paid so far on this journey. And then this is just showing that on Discover One, with all the transactions we're doing, we have $5,515 now available on that Discover One, and the Discover Two has $10,200 available. So that's where our cash flow is currently at. So we have, in case of an extreme emergency or something, we would have $15,715. I'm trying hard not to, because I'm trying to, I think the next goal is to actually pay off this Discover Two and just be working through Discover One. But I really just want to run everything through the line of credit one, and then stop using the Visa as much. That way we're not having so much activity in the credit cards, and we're just focusing on one area. So I'm wanting to just focus on, I believe, line of credit one. And I think it'll make life so much easier just to be doing that alone. So please let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Please like and subscribe to follow my journey, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.